Hi, my name's Alistair Curry. I am a SmartSTEMs volunteer. I am out and about at AGBarr this afternoon, speaking to some of the excellent people involved in this very, very famous business. First up, we've got Ray. Ray, I wonder if you could just briefly introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ray. I'm a data engineer in the data and analytics team here at AGBarr.
Cool. And what would you sort of like broadly describe a data engineer as being, if you were to describe this to one of our viewers?
So a data engineer takes data from source systems, makes sure it's clean, tidy, accurate, and moves that into various other places where it can be reported on, and that data actually be used by the rest of the teams.
So obviously you've got a strong background in your previous career to AGBarr. What are some of the similarities between coming from that manufacturing background to moving into something like AGBarr, obviously a household name?
I guess I can appreciate the importance of getting product out the door and the role that data plays in that. So for me, appreciating the importance of that and bringing like the mindset of accuracy to the role has been really good.
Excellent. Could you tell me, like, who or what was it that got you into your current role at AGBarr?
So I was doing a broader role before, sort of labelled under business intelligence. So that's making reports as well as doing the stuff in the background to get the data just in a state that's ready for reporting on. And I found that the background work was the stuff that I really enjoyed, and that sort of it worked for my brain. So I really wanted to narrow down on the things that worked for me and made me happiest in my role.
Yeah, and what is that kind of favourite part within your role?
Problem solving. I really like picking apart when something's not quite right, looking through all of the data, and also thinking about bringing lots of systems together. So to me, that's very much like a puzzle, and that really works for my brain.
Yeah, I think there's quite a lot of people that would be watching this that just enjoy doing puzzles and don't realise that that can lead to a very fulfilling career, which you actually genuinely enjoy. And, you know, something as gameful as like playing something, you know, can turn into a career. Is that a fair comment?
Yeah. I very much like strategic board games and other sort of stuff in my own time. And
What's your favourite board game?
At the moment, been playing Seven Wonders,
Right.
but I do quite like Scythe, so yeah.
Brilliant. Before you got into this role, before you got into this kind of area of work, I suppose, like really going back to the start, like where did you start? I mean, what was your first job?
My first proper job was as an advanced engineering apprentice at Siemens. It was more sort of focused on electrical engineering. So that's where I started. I didn't cope very well with A-levels, so I tried that for about 3 months and then packed it in and decided to go down a different route, but that worked really well for me. So I did my advanced apprenticeship, and they also supported me through my degree. So that's through electrical engineering and then into data analytics, which is two different things, but electrical engineering involves some programming. So it's quite a natural progression from one to the other. So I did a little bit of programming and then a little bit of work with databases and some of the languages that work with databases. And that really worked for me. I really enjoyed that challenge. So I kept focusing in on the things that I enjoyed the most. And that's got me to where I am now.
Well, I mean, I think we often talk about within SmartSTEMs office and beyond about that there's not one route, you know, career path that you take. It sounds like, you know, enjoying particular challenges in life, but you also had the challenge of making a big decision about whether to continue with something, but then going down that apprenticeship route. It sounds like that was really sounds like a brave decision at times, but it sounds like it's really worked out for you.
Yeah, I hope it's changed since then, but I think sometimes there's a narrow view about what success looks like. I hope that's changed now. It was quite a few years ago that I made that decision, but at the time, I was actually told that would be a black mark on my record by some of the people at the school I was at, and it's so not true. And like, yeah, it's just what works for different people. Obviously, I've done okay, even though I quit my A-levels at that point in time.
Yeah, I mean, a great piece of advice right in there already before I actually ask you formally for what your piece of advice is. But listen, trust yourself about what it is that you want to do. If something doesn't feel right, but you've got a passion elsewhere, that's still an option to you later on. But is there another piece of advice that you would want to give to people who might watch this video?
I think that's the main one, is just like there are so many routes to being successful, and you don't have to follow like the one that's set out in front of you by other people. You can define it yourself. I think for me, what's worked the most is when I've tried something that I've enjoyed, I've found ways to do more of that, and follow things that have worked for my brain and like how I think and I enjoy. Over the years, I have like taken holidays and done volunteering, and I've invested quite a bit of time in trying new things, doing courses, and I guess that would be a piece of advice, is to invest a little bit of time in trying these different things. That's the only way that you find the thing that you're going to enjoy. Is just keep throwing stuff at the wall until something sticks.
I think that's great advice. I mean, if you keep trying to find the thing that you're happy with and you stick on something eventually, that's great advice. I mean, you're at work more often than you're at home, I think, and so you really do have to enjoy it. So you've really went out there and tried to find something which fits for you. So I think that's absolutely fantastic advice. I'm really, really grateful for your time. Before you go, I'd just like to ask you one question. We're obviously at the AGBarr office and factory today. What's your favourite of the brands? What's your go-to drink from the AGBarr family?
I actually quite like Iron Brew. I did start drinking that when I came here, and I guess it's a bit of a joke that between my friends that I have a supply of that while I'm at work. So
that's brilliant. Well, listen, it's popular for a reason. So listen, Ray, thanks so much for your time. I really appreciate it, and good luck with the rest of it.